Welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. I'm Grace Speroni, and today I am beyond delighted to have with me Joe Maruca from TRE Olive. Joe, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Grace.
I am beyond excited to have you here. So share with us. I love your whole family story. This is like this fabulous legacy starts in Calabria.
It does.
And bring us up to date. How did we go from your olive grove and here with TRE Olive?
Yeah, well, my family's been in the olive oil business for several generations, over 100 years. And in 1934, we opened our first olive mill. Mm-hmm. And from there, we started processing and making extra virgin olive oil for a lot of the local farmers in our area. And it's always been in the family. My parents came to Western Massachusetts after they got married in 1970. Mm-hmm. So I'm first generation. It's always been in the family. We spent a lot of summers in Italy growing up. Later in life, unfortunately, the light bulb went off, and I said, wow, not everybody has an olive grove in Italy. So,
how blessed are you? You didn't even realize
Exactly. So, my grandfather started talking how, we would sell to wholesalers, mm-hmm. and he was saying how it was starting to become unprofitable because the wholesalers would come and give you pennies on the dollar. They'd mm-hmm. come in with their tanker trucks and they would suck up all the olive oil that we had. And that's how we would sell our olive oil. So I was down there for a trip and I said, hey, let's make a go of it. I'll start a brand in the U.S. And we'll start bringing it over to the U.S. Because when we were growing up, we would put, big containers in our luggage on our way home. And that's how we got our olive oil. Mm-hmm. So we started the brand and the rest is history, as they say. Yeah.
But what a beautiful story. I love it. Here was this fabulous legacy that sometimes we all take for granted, right?
Sure.
And look what it turned into, what it blossomed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how beautiful. And I love everything you have there. So let's talk about some of your products.
Okay.
And then we'll circle back to the olive oil. So you've got the soaps.
We do.
Those are fabulous.
Yeah.
I know. We did them for my daughter's wedding.
That's right.
Or
I remember
shower.
that. Yep.
A few years ago. Everybody loved those. It was fantastic. Yeah. I love that. You've got the balsamic vinegar.
Yep.
Which is just absolutely amazing. Fabulous olive oils. Tell us, and I love this, the olive trees.
Yes, the adoptions.
Where you can still do that. So tell us about all of those amazing things.
So the adoptions, we started with olive tree adoptions. That was kind of our intro into the market. Mm-hmm. So what we do is, you can go on our website and you can adopt one of our olive trees, and we'll go out into the groves and we'll tag it with your name. And we'll take a photo of the tag and a photo of the tree, mm-hmm. and we'll send you some olive oil as a welcome gift. And then after harvest, we send you the olive oil from your tree.
I love it.
Yeah. So that was kind of our intro. And then from there, we started, bringing over more products. And obviously now you can purchase just olive oil on our website and mm-hmm. other things as well.
Yeah. You've got a lot of amazing little things.
Yeah. And the soap was actually, it was an idea to kind of recycle, because once we get our new olive oil in, we're like, well, what do we do with some of the extra olive oil we have left over? And we're like, well, we'll just make soap out of it. So for us, it's kind of recycling.
I love that kind of recycling.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's great for your skin.
It really is.
We were talking about this before going on,
yep.
how wonderful, the many ways you can use olive oil. It's medicinal.
Absolutely.
So what's the importance of it coming from Calabria? It's kind of like wines, isn't it? There's different regions and you get different olive oils and...
I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's a lot of similarities between wine and olives, mm-hmm. Olive oil, depending on variety. Calabria, we use the Calabria variety, which is native to the Calabria region. Mm-hmm. So we're a single variety grove currently. We're also, we've planted some other different varieties as well to come up with some different blends for the future. But we are predominantly a single variety olive oil.
Okay.
And depending on the variety, that could change. It definitely changes the flavor profile, mm-hmm. The intensity. Some varieties are very strong and bitter and bold. The Calabria is a medium-sized olive, and it's kind of on the sweeter side, so it's not as bitter as some of the other varieties.
Yeah, I was amazed. The first time I did an olive oil tasting was at Italy.
Okay.
And they were doing, and I'm like, oh, it's olive oil, right? But it was like, oh, no, it's not just olive oil.
Right.
And you know, we were actually sipping it. It was because I was
Sure.
thinking, oh, I'm going to get bread because
Yeah.
that's how I like my olive oil dipped in bread
Of
and all
course,
that
yeah.
good stuff. But it was like they did all have different tastes. Certain things would be stronger in some than in others.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, this is just so amazing.
Absolutely.
And it was like, wow. And then your olive oil has won awards. And I said to myself, look at this. I need to have an olive oil tasting with TRE Olive
Yeah.
so that we understand the difference. Because when you're cooking, it does make an impact if it's extra virgin and all of those things.
Absolutely.
Can you speak to a little bit
Yeah,
of that?
I mean, you know, depending on when you also process the olives, if you process them when they're still green, the olive oil comes out a little stronger, a little more bitter.
Yep.
You know, if you wait as the olives ripen, the oil smoothens out. So we have our signature estate, for instance, is made from a ripe olive, so it's very smooth. It's almost buttery. But a primo, which our primo is the first olives that we process in October, that's going to be a strong, bold olive oil. That's going to be a little more bitter. So depending on what your personal preferences are, we'd lead you in that direction as far as olive oils.
So, because you just said personal preferences, I have to give you a shout out. I think you guys are amazing. I love it that at holiday time or whenever I've needed a gift, but specifically at the holidays, I'll come in there and I'll just, hey, this is what I'm looking for and this is what this person likes. And you seem to hit it spot on. And all I get are just, oh, that was just the perfect gift. I loved it. And, you know, everyone is so happy with it. And I know sometimes you have like your gift boxes
Yep.
there. And I'll say, oh, but I don't know if I want that in there because this person likes ABC. But you're just like really great at that. You remember your customers, you work with them, you put together these great gifts that we send off to folks that are really personal.
Thank
and
you.
so important.
We have definitely learned quite a bit, through the process. You know, the items in the gift box are one thing, but the packaging is also super important. I mean, you know, the first impression that you have when you receive a gift is extremely important. So we definitely try our best to create some impressive packaging, and we do that with the gift boxes and the different bottles that we use, and then we bring in other products as well. I mean, we've expanded into Italian wines, and the balsamic vinegars and some specialty food items as well. So all the items that we have in our store and that we put in our gift boxes, we do a lot of research. We do a lot of tasting. I mean, like the cured salamis, for instance, we tried every single cured salami across the country and decided on one, which was based here in Massachusetts, which was lucky for us as well.
Even better, right? I love it. So where do you see TRE Olive going in the future?
Well, I mean, we've done our best to try to avoid major supermarkets for various reasons. And, one of the reasons is that, they get a bad rap, not always, for good reason, but, there's a lot of great lighting in supermarkets and, olive oil, light and heat is, a huge enemy of extra virgin olive oil. So the longer they stay on, supermarket shelves with those bright lights that are shining on them all day and all night, the quality diminishes and the oil starts oxidizing and then becomes rancid. So there are justifications for not being in a grocery store, but there's also, they get a bad rep. So there's some great brands, but unfortunately they're subject to those elements as well. So we've tried our best to stay away from the large supermarkets so far, and we try and tend to go towards custom, like corporate gifting, try to go through channels that maybe aren't exactly what other olive oil brands might be doing, and so far so good. So if some of our corporate clients, who use us for gifts, see us on the supermarket shelf, probably not as special for them. So they might stop giving, the gift
Yeah.
of TRE Olive. So
It loses that uniqueness.
yeah, that's special
because I always
aspect
feel
for
it's
sure.
always unique.
Yeah.
TRE
Try our
Olive is
best.
unique to me, even though I go out there and I see that some of my favorite restaurants I like to go to have your bottles
Yeah.
out there. They're cooking with TRE Olive
Some of them are, yes.
because they know the importance of a good olive oil.
Of course.
So do you see anything? We were joking around about this beforehand, but let's circle back as we get ready to wrap up our conversation. We were talking about you, the food explorer, all these great things that are happening. Is there an ERC5 trip to Calabria where we will actually cook with your olive oil, pick the olives, have a great time?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a great idea. I mean, if that's something you want to spearhead, I'm sure you're not busy at all, Grace. So, I mean, if you
I
want
could make this a priority because you know what? As we said, we should have brought tomatoes and mozzarella.
Yeah.
I just think with good olive oil, you can take just basic food and you make it
you
extraordinary.
elevate it for sure.
And it's just it's so amazing.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I think we should all go there and cook with Stonegate and
Let's do it.
with the Food Explorer and
Yeah.
make this all happen.
That sounds like a great idea to me. And maybe
All right.
we'll get some
So, Bill,
sweat
I hope
equity
you're
into it.
listening and picking up on this, taking some notes.
Yeah, we'll get you guys in the groves picking olives. It'll be great.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. It sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like an I Love Lucy episode. When she did wine, we will do olive oil.
Yes. Thankfully, we don't process them with our feet.
It'll be good. So for those who are listening and maybe want to learn more about corporate gift giving and how you may be able to help them, how can the public get in touch with you?
Well, you could start by going to our website, which is treolive.com, or you could visit us at 180 Shaker Road in East Longmeadow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're located right next to the bowling alley.
Very good. Joe, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. This was great. Thank you for the olive oil. I need it. I'm going
Thanks,
to
Grace.
enjoy one of those bottles.
Appreciate it.
Thank you again. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching Conversations with the ERC5. If you would like to be the next guest here at Stonegate Studios in Wilbraham, go to our website, erc5.com, and you may register there.